Hey there, today we are talking about the Sudoku Packing Method, which has gone viral for so many travelers. It uses a 3x3 grid of like 3 tops, 3 bottoms, or whatever items you need. And those are going to plan a minimalist wardrobe for your travel outfits while you're on vacation. It does sound amazing and it looks so doable on social media, but it fails in 3 major ways when packing. The Sudoku Packing Method is a fantastic starting point because it gives you a packing framework. But the moment you layer in the real world experiences and thoughts that go through a woman's brain when packing, the deal is off. A grid cannot possibly encompass all of the moods that a woman goes through in her brain when packing, or an unexpected need that arises while I'm on vacation. So while you are watching, I want you to do this one thing. Look at your current packing list and see if you've accounted for all the hidden essentials I'm about to show you. It'll all click into place in just a minute and it is going to change your life. Here I've got all of my outfits that I need for a restaurant. A really nice restaurant. I've got that bright yellow layering piece in case I'm cold at that restaurant. It's supposed to be 63 the first night. Second night is this linen vest outfit with tapered pants. So very flattering and can look dressy. And that yellow sweater. I have that tank top to wear underneath the vest just in case I'm really cold. And then at the winery, I want to wear the vest with the shorts. And then I've got that off-white sweater dolman sleeve that's cotton and cashmere. And then Saturday for shopping, I've got that t-shirt. A 3x3 grid would not work because of specific activities I needed to pack for. So I also packed an extra pile that I have here in Wisconsin. I went from a 4-day trip in Arizona to Wisconsin. Based on the actual items in my extra pile, like my airport look and the balloon ride gear, here are the 3 reasons the Sudoku method fell short and how to extend it to fit your vacation outfits and carry-on luggage. The first flaw is that it fails the single excursion and weather test. We all know that vacations have unpredictable weather and we pack for that. And my 5 a.m. 48-degree hot air balloon ride is the perfect example for that. When you're going from a 48-degree morning with possible cool winds, you can't just swap out an item in the Sudoku method grid. You need serious performance gear. For the hot air balloon ride, it's supposed to be 48 degrees. Leggings, hiking pants, you've got the hat. I've got a merino wool t-shirt for when I get hot, thermal long sleeve t-shirt that will really retain my body heat, and the fleece, and terrain appropriate hiking shoes. I actually needed this shoe because it was red dirt or red clay like Georgia has. We ended up pulling the balloon basket down this steep incline to get it to the road at the end of our trip. And that thing is so heavy. We were walking over cactus, over like stiff, dry, brittle bushes, but none of those belong in a vacation outfit, cute, dressy grid. But if I had not packed these pieces, I could have been miserably cold or potentially harmed myself, like with cacti thorns sticking into my ankles. The Sudoku method, I think, is made for daily interchangeability outfits, like whole outfits in one line. But my packing tip was smarter because I packed for what if more than what fits the formula. Your solution for the #1 flaw is the excursion first method. To make a minimalist grid actually work, I've learned that you have to look at the extremes of your trip. You could make a mini grid based on the itinerary of some of the excursions you're going to be taking. But my rule of thumb after 24 years of packing only in carry-on suitcases is to start with the shoes first. And this is where you can compare your trip with my experience from last week. In Sedona, I'm walking over red dirt, cacti. In Alaska, you may be walking along loose gravel. In Montana, it might be a muddy trail by a campground. But all of those still have the need of having support. My secret is finding hybrid gear, like the Merrell wrapped shoe. It is a sneaker. It walks like a tennis shoe, but it has the technical guts of a hiking boot. Even if I know that I will not be wearing these to a nice restaurant, I must pack them. Ollie and I thought of some things that you can do for your solution when packing. Number one, do this. Check your itineraries, excursions that you've already set, and make sure that you pack one shoe that you must have for that activity. Number two, make a list of activities you might be doing on this trip that you might need specific shoes for. Is there a hybrid shoe or a crossover sandal that you can pack that can be worn in different activities along with that excursion? And ask yourself if that hybrid shoe can be put into a box on your 3x3 grid. If not, keep watching. The grid is a great starting place for a base wardrobe, but your excursion gear is a non-negotiable insurance policy that keeps your vacation from being ruined by the wrong shoes or a cold morning like I had. We can respect the grid's organization and minimalism, but based on my experience, we can refuse to let it leave us unprepared for the actual excursion or real life. What does your reality look like compared to the grid that you started with? The number two flaw is it overlooks essential clothing not for an outfit. And here's what I mean. The reason that this is a Sudoku flaw is that it's created to create whole outfits in one line, whichever direction you're going. Let's look at my airport outfit. That's a perfect example of a one-time only unitasker, by Alton Brown's terminology, outfit that I have for the airplane seat, specifically for all the things that could happen in the airplane seat. And therefore, none of those pieces are included in my grid of what I'm packing. I packed these jeans that I'm wearing, a blue t-shirt, and this pullover that checks off all of the boxes that I needed for this trip. And then I packed a striped blouse to wear for going to a cafe or lunch if it was warm enough. This shirt would be styled with these jeans from my airport outfit. But the grid itself does not leave a box for this exception. Like, I might need this blouse, so let's add an extra block. And that means that I immediately need space outside of that Sudoku grid, which is why the Sudoku formula falls short for my travel needs. Does that make sense? I've got 3 steps for you to do with this solution that will work for you. Number one, what top can go in your wear with travel outfit bottom pieces? For example, my striped blouse could go with my airport outfit jeans. This part may be your biggest pile. Now think back to the excursions that you needed that hybrid pair of shoes for. You have to take those shoes. Is there another top that can also be worn with those shoes that you can wear another day? So you're not just packing those shoes for a one-time use. For example, I could wear my balloon ride merino wool t-shirt because it's good for when you're hot. Being in humid Texas, I know. I wore those with my linen shorts when we had our pool day on our back deck because I forgot my swimsuit. Even after 24 years, I am just like you. I forget stuff still. And number 3, I want you to think of what can go in your what if pile. And that is where I had my creamy dolman sleeve sweater. For the flight home, I wore that blue shirt that I wore out there and I wore it home, but with a yellow cardigan. Most people overpack because they try to outfit plan or have an entire look for every tiny moment, like coffee runs or lounging on the back deck after dinner. They may pack extra loungewear just for going on a coffee run one morning. And that means they pack extra unnecessary items, which causes them to overpack. The solution is the excursion to real life bridge. If you want to pack for 2 weeks and carry on luggage, you have to stop packing extra clothes for lounging. This is where I see people fail. They pack an entire extra outfit for cafe one day for lunch or for sightseeing one day. Don't do that. Instead, use your excursion hiking outfit, let's say, as your transitional outfit. Strategically plan your excursion outfit that you may need extra so you can use it later on. Here's my practical travel tips for helping you get the Sudoku expansion part. To actually expand on your Sudoku packing method, do not use just the 3x3 grid. Build a 3x3 plus 2 or a 3x3 plus 6 pieces grid. Those pieces are your real life insurance. And here are 3 examples. Number 1, the cold snap insurance. I packed an ultra lightweight thermal layer in case it was really cold that morning for the balloon ride, and it really was. It took up the space of a t-shirt, but it gave me 15 degrees of heat. Number 2, the rainy day insurance piece. 1 pair of your shoes must be water resistant. If it rains, the grid does not change, just the shoes do. Number 3, the fancy-ish backup. My dolman sleeve sweater that sits on my waist can be worn shopping, or it can be worn to get a latte or to a cafe, but it transforms just a grid t-shirt block to a dinner outfit piece by packing it in the expansion part of the grid. So how do you actually pack all of this? Number 1, pack the core grid. 3 tops, 3 bottoms, 3 accessories or shoes, how I did it. For my trip, I had a whole entire block set aside for accessories like jewelry and a nice purse. I want you to try it for your next trip. Like you could add a neck scarf if you're not a jewelry person. If you do not need the purse, just think about what that extra box of accessories is for you and let me know what you think. All right, number 2 is the excursion cube. I have my things that I need, non-negotiable items in a compression cube. I like these new Nomad Lang ones because they open up and they're top loading. The zippers are so incredibly soft and smooth. So notice right there what I did. I pulled back out the yellow cardigan because I think it will fit better in the other cube, or I can drape it on top like I'm going to do with my performance fleece. These pieces do not fit into a Sudoku type formula because they are specialist type outfit pieces. You'll also notice another travel tip that I used. I rolled some of my shirts, and those were from my extra pile, but they did not steal space from my grid outfits. And number 3, the airport armor. You are wearing that armor. It is a piece of equipment that you have inside your airplane seat because those do not count as weight in your carry-on suitcase. Therefore, they were in the extra expansion section, but they are not in the suitcase. Wear a travel vest with hidden pockets, and that can be part of your armor to pack more things from your personal item bag or your suitcase into those pockets. Here are my 3 strategies for staying lightweight in your luggage. Number 1 is the airplane anchor. I did not know if 68 degrees would feel balmy and humid like Houston can, or if it was going to be cold because of the cool mountain breezes. My solution was I relied on my airplane outfit. I had those heavyweight denim jeans that could be warmer than the linen pants that I had packed. They were a heavy duty backup. Number 2 is the layering hack. I packed leggings and my hiking pants primarily for warmth during that excursion. But once that activity is over, they now became my coffee run staple. And number 3, the 1 outfit rule. Instead of packing a separate loungewear 2-piece outfit that is so cute that so many people buy from Amazon, I'm going to use my lightweight hiking pants that come in 3 different lengths. Everybody loves them. I have 4 of these pairs of pants as my loungewear pants for relaxing on the back deck. And here's your takeaway. You don't need extra to be comfortable. So use the clothes you already packed for your toughest excursion to handle those relaxed moments. If it worked for a mountain hike, it'll work for a latte. Flaw number 3 is it completely ignores the performance and my mood when packing for vacation. In my Sudoku plan that you're looking at, my image is heavy on like dressy, midlife style, casual chic, which are great for a vacation vibe. But as women, we pack for more than just looks. We pack for our mood. We pack for what if, or what do I really want to wear now that I've felt how windy it is outside. And it's a cool wind compared to a warm, wonderful Caribbean breeze. I had to pack my excursion entire outfit with all of those layering pieces because of the activity landscape that I was maneuvering over. And I was on red dirt. And then I packed the striped shirt that I showed you for a little cafe. I packed that, yeah, I forgot to put it in the picture, but it's very similar to this brown dolman sleeve type sweater. I have like 5 of them from Quince. They sit on your waist. So you can see in that creamy white one, I had that, and I had the little bright turquoise necklace, just some different accessories that could make it have an elevated look if I needed it for a cafe and it was still cool outside. The Sudoku method struggles to account for the fact that when packing for vacation, you don't just pack for the entire day with one outfit. You pack for how you want to feel that morning, afternoon, or evening. And you pack for the weather, and you pack for the activity. For number 3, let's use the common denominator to prevent Sudoku failure. If you are someone who refuses to rewear the same outfit twice, this is the tip that will change your life. I packed a dressy, lined linen vest with tapered pants and elastic waistband for midlife. No, just for one restaurant. And then the flowy, like cruise ship outfit that is a 2-piece set for another dressy outfit. I even made sure that the vest and the dressy tank top could be worn over my linen striped shorts if needed. But here is a secret to how I fit it all in a carry-on suitcase. Every single elevated outfit had to work with the same 2 pairs of shoes. I brought one skin-toned sandal if it was warm enough, because it was so sunny. In Arizona, if it's sunny, it's usually warm, but you've got the mountain winds to deal with. Has a rugged sole, and because of the gold buckles, it could be dressier. I also had a pair of loafers that for me is skin tone, and they can be casual or have a dressier look to it if it got chilly and I did not want to be barefooted in a sandal. But keeping my shoes in a neutral, for me, skin tone palette, they disappeared into the outfit, allowing the clothes to be the star. And here's a pro tip. I never even actually wore the loafers because I was warm enough to go from my rental house to the car to the restaurant with just those sandals. By packing only those 2 pairs of shoes that were blended with those 2 dressy outfits, I avoided the trap of packing too many shoes. Now I want you to try the mirror test. I want you to look at your grid. First of all, whenever I pack any outfits for vacation, I try them on and take a picture. If you don't love it, try something else. But I want you to go through your grid, try on an outfit, and then you can do the mood test. What from your expansion pile of extras could be worn if your mood changes? If it was really too cold for the vest, I could have worn that dolman sleeve sweater on top of those linen tapered pants and been totally appropriate for dinner. So that's the way I have packed for my vibe that day or my mood swings. That's one way that you can keep yourself confident if you feel like frumpy or something like that day of your vacation. Then take it off and you have something in your expansion extra pile that you can put on to help you not feel as self-conscious. Here's a pro tip. If you have packed neutral shoes, then you can change your moods and only still everything has gone with those shoes. Here's one more tip for you to consider that is going to help you pack for the what if, but not overpack. What if your airline has to check your carry-on suitcase because they've run out of overhead bins? What top could you put in a compression cube that's small inside your personal item bag and wear to a restaurant another night while you're waiting on your suitcase to be delivered? You may want to add that, pull it out of your carry-on suitcase weight, and put it in your cube and that fits just like a book in the bottom of your personal item bag. The bottom line is this: you don't have to sacrifice your mood or your personality or your style for a formula. Use the Sudoku grid as a starting point. Although by making this video for you, I was thinking there's no way my outfits are going to fit into a grid. So it took me forever just to make the grid for y'all. And then I was like, I need to share a video about this because it does not work for every trip or every person for many reasons. Then layer in your excursions and your elevated looks by anchoring them to the shoes you're already carrying. It takes a little more thought, but it's how you can pack for the what ifs without the bulk. Like every packing method, we each should be using little pieces of each tip that works for your style, your activity, your mood, and how you think as a woman at this stage in your life. All right, hope those tips helped. Say hey if we have not met yet.